what's up, man? It's your boy Jay, aka The Strategy, aka Mom. There goes that man, kid. AKA I'm so disrespectful, aka the man by me name. You're tuning in to another Walking Dead review show. Before I get into it, let me just tell you guys this once again. Follow me on Twitter. The link is in the description bar. Also, check out the latest episode of Super Kick and the latest episode of A Day in the Life. All of them will be in the end of this video and in the link in the description bar. But let's get into another Walking Dead review show. Let me just say this. This was by far one of the most confusing episodes I've ever seen of The Walking Dead. I was almost confused from beginning to end. Now, some things happened that I kind of knew was going to happen, and some things happened that I didn't see coming. Okay, the episode starts off by showing the governor's village, and you see these kids playing, and they're having a big party. They're dancing all around. They're throwing salami all over the place or whatnot. And Michonne still wants to leave. Michonne still thinks something is off about the governor. Something is off about the whole situation. And of course, Andrea's drinking the Kool-Aid, so she doesn't want to leave. One of the most funniest scenes is Michonne like just walks up and like she sees Andrea like having a good time with the group, and she like just turns around, and there was a guy walking towards her, and she like bumps into him, and he turns around like, what the fuck? And she just keeps walking. And I gotta say this, for the ladies who watch my review show, which it probably isn't many of them, but there probably are some, I don't mean any disrespect when I say Michonne is a bad bitch, and I'm looking for real life Michonne, and if I find her, I'm going to wife her, I'm going to marry her. Because this episode made me fall in love with her even more. It's Rick, Daryl, and Michonne, favorite characters in this damn whole series. But anyhow, enough of that. Michonne, after it cuts from Michonne bumping into dude, we see the governor, or they cut to a scene to where the governor's brushing the hair or something. Now, at first when he was brushing the hair, I thought it was a wig. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with him? Or I thought it was one of like the chopped up heads of the little, his little aquarium thing. He had an aquarium in some hidden room with just chopped up heads, and I thought it was one of them. Turns out it's his fucking daughter. The governor was married and he had a daughter, and we all found this out, but we all thought they were dead. But apparently he didn't kill his daughter, and he had her alive, trapped in the apartment, locked up. But it's his daughter. And he was brushing his hair, making her listen to music, talking about Daddy Loves, and then like it split something down the middle, and she started to go crazy, and she was like, "Arr!" and all going crazy and shit, and he restrained her. And what I really liked about that scene is when this all was happening, and he got up to like restrain her, and he's saying Daddy loves you, he looks out the window, and Michonne is looking through the window, looking at his window. Now, I don't think she could see anything, but once again, I think that's just symbolism to tell her that she still doesn't trust him, that she's watching him. So, to make a long story short, Michonne was like, you know, I'm getting tired of this bullshit. So she breaks into, I'm skipping ahead. So we cut back to Rick, and Rick basically lost his rabbit ass mind, and Rick is basically single-handedly clearing out the prison by himself. I love this because it shows Daryl in the light that we haven't seen him. When it basically was clear that Rick was incapable of leading at that particular time, Daryl took command of the group. He's like, yo, y'all get over there, let's do this, we're about to make a run. And Daryl basically like took guardianship. From now on, I'm gonna call Daryl Rick's daughter godfather, flat out, because Daryl's like, nah, fuck that. Hershel's like, if she doesn't have formula, she's gonna die. Daryl's like, fuck that, son, we ain't losing nobody, not her, especially not her. So Daryl like, I'm gonna make a run. Maggie is like, I'm gonna go with you. So Maggie and Daryl go make a run. So Maggie and Daryl ride in and they make a run, and they basically come to a daycare, and they get like formula, diapers and stuff for the baby. And it cuts back to the governor mansion, and Michonne basically broke into the governor's apartment and found and got her sword because she's trying to get the fuck out of there. And she breaks in and she hears something in the closet. But before she actually goes in the closet, she checks the governor's like journal, and apparently he had a list of all the people who died, and it was his daughter's name, or his wife wanted to, and then like he like scribbled, and like it was just pages of scribble, and that's when like Michonne like realized something is wrong with this motherfucker. So she tries to break into the door where we think he has his daughter locked up. Keep in mind that they never showed where he locked her up. And the governor comes in, she hides, and we don't know exactly what the fuck they're talking about. So they leave, and Michonne leaves as well, and she stumbles upon walkers. So she has her sword, she breaks open the cage with the walkers, and she's like steps back. And this is what makes me, once again ladies, no offense, but this is what makes me love Michonne, and she is the bad bitch of bad bitches. She like stands there with her sword, like smiling, like breathing, like she's enjoying this, and she just like demolishes these walkers. And the governor, she get captured. They take it back to the governor, and the governor like, you're trying to make me kick you guys out or whatnot. He's trying to still win Michonne over, because I think he really wants Andrea to stay, and he really wants Michonne to stay, I think too, because she is a valuable fucking asset. So he has her sword, and he was like, I'll keep a lid on her. And he's talking and shit, and he's like, we got nothing to hide. And she's like, well, people who have nothing to hide never said they got nothing to hide. He's like, fair enough. So he's talking, and he has a sword, and he's basically trying to like force her into staying. And next thing you know, like she like takes her sword, disarms him, put it to his throat, and like looks him in the eye like, I'm better than you, bitch. And he felt a little worried. He was like, shit, we might have a problem on our hands. Now he didn't let that, he didn't say that out loud, but the way that he looked, his body language suggested it. He told Andrea, because once again Andrea was gonna try to talk Michonne. Andrea is Michonne's weak spot. Plain and simple. So he tell Andrea tried to talk her in, and Michonne is like, listen, this place is not what you think it is. They're never gonna let us leave. So they actually skip back to the prison, and Glenn was digging holes to bury the dead, even though technically they only got one body, but they're just digging holes, I guess, to dig holes, because they only got one body, which is T-Dog. Make a long story short, Daryl comes back, and he's like, we got the stuff. So Daryl like takes the baby, and he's like feeding her. He's like bottle feeding her. And Daryl, like, we never saw a side like this. Daryl showed us soft side. He's like a little badass, and he actually, the baby got quiet from him. He's like bottle feeding the baby, and everybody's smiling. And they just lost half their fucking, almost a quarter of their group. So I guess this is pretty uplifting. They go back to Rick. Rick found the place where his wife was killed, and he basically killed the walker that basically ate her body. I'm assuming that's what happened. I'm assuming a walker came in and ate her body, because he found the bullet, then he found a walker just laying there with his stomach like this. I actually think that was his wife, but I don't know. And he basically blows his brains out and just chops his stomach up. And he's sitting there, and going back, wait a minute, before I say that, we're going to go back to the governor. And Andrea and Michonne are walking to leave, and basically they let him go, and Michonne's like, that son of a bitch, he planned it like this. And Andrea's like, you sound crazy, I'm staying here. And I told you guys in that last one, Andrea's tired. She's tired of fighting. It's not many people who can last in environments like that, who are built like that. Like I said, her and Michonne are different. Michonne always has been on her own since the beginning. Andrea has always been with a group. So their mind states on how they want things to come up are different. Michonne is a lone wolf, and she's damn good at it. So Michonne's like, are you coming? And Andrea like, don't make me choose. So Michonne's like, fuck it. You ain't do nothing but slow me down no way. Walked out like a total badass. And Andrea stayed. So once again, something happened that made Andrea realize these motherfuckers are kind of all crazy. They staged a fight or whatnot. Anyway, cutting back to the prison. Rick is sitting right there, crazy out of his mind, and all of a sudden, the phone rings. And for a minute, I thought he was hallucinating, but it was actual real phone ringing. And I was like, what the fuck? So he gets up, and he's like, he gets up and he answers it. And that was the end of the episode. My predictions. I don't know who the fuck that was on the other end of the phone. I truly and utterly don't. But I think this. I think Andrea, she's already seen that this governor's fucking crazy, the group's crazy, so she's gonna probably try to escape. I think Andrea's gonna find up with Michonne, and they're basically gonna try to kill Michonne, and Andrea's probably gonna save her, or vice versa. Maybe Andrea's gonna escape, they're gonna try to kill her, or the governor's gonna be like, fuck it, bitch, I'm gonna kill you, and then Michonne's gonna try to save her, whatnot. They're gonna escape. They're gonna find Carol somewhere, and Andrea is gonna be like, Carol, where you at? And then that's how they're gonna click back up with Rick. You know? That's just how I think it's going to. I'm still not sure Rick's wife dead. I know they tried to explain it with the walker, but I didn't see her die. I still haven't seen her body, and every time I believe somebody's dead, they come back and fuck me. So leave a comment. You guys tell me. Leave a comment. You guys tell me what you think is gonna happen. And like I said, follow me on Twitter. Check out A Day in the Life. Also check out Super Kick. And I'm signing off. Konnichiwa, bitches.
There's one, my brother, under the sun.